Okay, I'm going to flush the brake fluid in my Kia Soul 2016, but you can pretty much do this to any car. The first thing I did was I cleaned off the brake fluid reservoir from the outside, took the cap off, and then inside was a filter. It's a little red filter here. I used a screwdriver to get it out. I also mangled it somewhat. I think you should probably replace this if you take it out, because I made holes in it and all kinds of stuff trying to get that thing out of there. But I don't even think you need a filter. Why they put a filter in, who knows. I've never seen it in the older cars. And I'm going to put a turkey baster in there and pull out most of the fluid that's in there so it's easier to remove later. This is what I've got. I've got .3 Super Tech brake fluid, turkey baster from Walmart, both of them. I got this 1/4-inch hose from Home Depot. That's about the only place you can get it. I got some tie wraps. I got a Gatorade bottle, gloves, a 10mm wrench, and the rear tires. I'm thinking I'm going to have to jack up the car to get to the brake fluid screw. The front, I might be able to just move the tires and get to them. You probably can do it both ways without taking the tires off, but I'm going to take the tires off. I put the car emergency brake on. You got to wear gloves and glasses for this. You don't want to miss out on those important items. And I'm just going to raise the rear passenger first. Then I'm going to do the rear driver side, then the passenger front, the driver front, and that's how I'm going to do it. Your car may be different, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to start sucking out some of that brake fluid now because it's the easiest way to do it. Now I got this from Chris Fix, but I drew 2 small holes in the cap of the Gatorade bottle. One's going to be like a vent and one's going to be where I put the hose. So the one in the middle I'm going to just make larger by about 1/4 inch, and then I'll just make it larger to fit the hose. In the end, you just make it the hole big enough so the hose fits in there, and you can see the little vent hole that's in there still. And this will go in the bottom of the bottle. The clear hose is pretty important because you want to see the fluid coming out. So all I'm going to do now is just take some of the brake fluid out of the master cylinder. I'm going to try to leave some of it in there, but I'm going to try to take the majority of it out with my turkey baster here. The turkey baster works really well, surprisingly, for stuff like this. It's the poor man's version of a pump, you know. You could buy pumps and kits to do this, but I don't think it's necessary. And then what we take out of here, we use when we remove the old brake fluid from the tires. So don't get rid of this, keep this, you're going to need it. That's about all I'm going to get out of there, about 3 or 4 of these. And that's what I got out. I guess you can't see it, but it's about half full. Oh, by the way, I do make a list of what I got to do so I don't miss any steps. And I'm on like the 2nd step right now. Now I'm going to fill the brake fluid reservoir with new brake fluid. I'm not going to put the filter in yet. I actually may replace this filter because it does have holes in it now from taking it out. We'll see. You want to keep the cap on the brake fluid itself. You don't want to get any air in it as much as possible. I know that's kind of hard to do. But we just pour some brake fluid into that master cylinder without trying to spill it. This stuff will eat paint and deteriorate metal and plastic and stuff. Okay, after you're done trying to fill up that brake reservoir, not to the full top like I did, but put the cap back on. Now we're going to remove the rear tire, chuck up the tires. All right, I wanted to get a quick picture of what the old brake fluid looks like. It's not as dark as I've seen online that people have, but it's pretty dark. We have 130,000 miles on this Kia Soul. I had the brake fluid removed and replaced around 40,000 miles. So you could see what about 100,000 miles worth of old brake fluid looks like. By the way, the dealer wants $175 to do this, plus towels and rags, so you're talking over $200 for this. The parts and all the brake fluid and stuff only cost me $12. Now I break the lug nuts off with my wrench that comes with the car. This, and usually I use pipe to get some leverage. And then I just use my drill with the correct socket to pull the nuts off. This saves some time. I really don't like using a wrench. Seems to work really well. There you go. All the lug nuts are out. Okay, you take the little brake fluid nipple off like it's a rubber cap, and here's the nipple here. That's really hard to get to with the tire on. I think you have to take the tires off, even the front. Okay, so now we'll get it ready. All you do is take the rubber cap off, don't lose it. Okay, even though the hose is coiled and tough to get straight, I put enough hose in the bottom of that bottle where the liquid is, under the liquid, that it should be good. No air pocket, should be able to get in from there. Now we cut the hose. I'm going to cut off about 30 inches or so. Okay, that 1/4 inch hose fits tightly on the plug there, and I'm going to use this little tie wrap to make sure it stays on. You don't really need it. Now we got to make sure that the hose is above the caliper so that no fluid can get back in, no air can get back into the system. So as you can see, I put the tie wrap around the edge of the hose so it holds on really nicely. The yellow tie wrap there. And then I got my 10mm wrench, and I'm going to just loosen that fitting counterclockwise. Then I'll go inside and I'll push the brake down, and then I'll release. I'll push the brake down and release. And I'll just keep doing that till I get that brake fluid out clear. And you don't want to do it really quick. So here we go. We're going to loosen the nut now. Oh gosh. By the way, that's on there really good. And it might be stripping. I don't know why they use this type of material, but it's really not good. It's not going to come off. Let's take the hose off. We might have to use something else to get this off. Let's try this side of it. Wrench barely fits. It was on there really tight. I had to use the this part of the wrench. So now it's loose. It's coming out. I'm going to put my hose back on. Hopefully it's loose enough. And I'm going to bring that whole thing up really high here. Like that. Hopefully that works. Keeps the air out. Now I'm going to pump the brakes. I'll keep the camera running for this. I don't know if I can get that closer. Let's see. You can see the color of the fluid. It's not that bad, actually. All right, I'm going to pump the brakes. Let's see what it looks like. That's one pump. So it actually doesn't look that bad, does it? Compared to that bottle. All right, I'm going to try to pump it again. pumped it about 6 times. No air pockets. So it looks good. I'm going to do a couple more pumps and then I'll be done. That fluid doesn't look too bad to me. Okay, that's 8 pumps. I don't know if I'm still not satisfied or not. Let's do a couple more pumps. All the way to the floor. Okay, there shouldn't be any air in the system, so you're fine there. I'm most likely going to shut it off now and tighten that nut, because I think that's plenty. Let me try one more pump. I want to see that bubble move. There it goes. The bubble finally moved. Maybe some more. Just want to make sure. I don't want to not do it. By the way, when you get your brake fluid, make sure you get 32 ounces because this is going to take a lot. Alright, I think that's about it. I'm going to tighten it up clockwise now. I might have to remove it though. It's really easy to strip this nut, by the way. Yeah, don't use the open end of the wrench, use the circle. I think we got enough of it in there. So that takes care of the rear passenger side. We're going to do the rear driver side now. You might have to empty the bottle a little bit. We'll see. If you dripped any, clean it off and put your rubber cap back on. Also, I wanted to show that I had a second jack on there at all times. So just before I started on the other nipple on the other wheel, I went and checked the brake fluid in the master cylinder, and it was down significantly. So just check it and refill as needed. Don't let it go too low. Let it go to a point where you can fill it up to the at least the max line. A little bit more when you're doing it, but you want to have it at the max line at the end. Alright, I'm on the driver's side rear right now. I put a new tie wrap on because the other one fell off. I think it works better with the tie wraps on the end of the nipple. So we're going to just pump the brakes about 12 times. That's what I did before, and hopefully that's all it takes. This is a little darker, but not much. I'm surprised. Alright, I pumped it about 14 times. The bottle's starting to get full, so I'm going to have to empty some of that. But it looks pretty clean to me. I'm going to just try to get that back on there with the hose on, and then I'll tighten it with the wrench. Okay, for the final 2 in the front, I'm going to try to do it without taking the tire off. Let me see if I can get to it. Alright, I filled the brake fluid reservoir back up again for this next one. Apparently you got to do it for each tire, because if you're doing 12 or 13 pumps, you're going to lose a lot of fluid, which is good to me because I want to just really clear this thing out. You're supposed to do this every 2 or 3 years. I haven't done this in at least 7 years. And I really don't see the reason to do it so often. It's kind of stupid, you ask me. I think it's just a dealer markup. As I said, they want $178 to do this. It's probably going to take me an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, just to let you know, the nipples on the front side on this caliper, I'm sure it's the same on the other side. It really wasn't going to save me any time not taking the wheel off. It would have been a pain in the butt to get to that, unless you have like a lift or something. So I'm just going to do it the old, same old way, pump 12 times. I don't know what the deal is, but both front nipples were missing the caps. And you want to, my opinion is, I think that these dealerships, when they check the fluid for some reason, they take those caps off and they don't put them back on. Because I don't see why I'm missing 2 caps. So what I'm doing temporarily is I have these tire pressure valve covers, and I've been putting a little bit of plastic in between them so it stays in there, and then I put a tie wrap around it. If I ever change it out, I'll look at it and see what the heck the deal's going on. But for now, I'm going to leave it as is and just use this tire pressure cap. The front one, as we get closer to the front, it was cleaner. So it was pretty cool that the back was really dirty, and then when we get to the front, it gets clean. So this one looks really good. I'll put this back on, refill the main reservoir back to max, and then go for a test drive, and then take the cap off the main reservoir and make sure that it's still at the proper level. But it looks like it's almost complete. Okay, some of those valve covers for the tires will fit nice and tight and snug, and some won't, so just try to find one that'll fit. I'm not going out to buy one of these things, but this one fits really nice. So I checked the reservoir and it didn't go down, it stayed at max, and I put that filter back in. The hardest part of this job for this Kia Soul, flushing the brake line and brake fluid replacement, is getting that filter out of the master cylinder. I don't know if there's a special key they use or something to get it out, but I forced it out with a little screwdriver, and in the filter part I punched a couple of holes. I really don't think it matters, because back in the old days, brake fluid master cylinders didn't have a filter. Now they have filters, I assume. I might go look online and see if they have one online and buy one. Depends on how much it costs, but I'm not too worried about that. After you're done with this brake fluid replacement in the Kia Soul, the car is going to drive a little different. You're going to notice the brakes are a little different. It's more reactive. It wasn't as reactive like that before. I really had to put the pedal down quite a bit to get it to stop. Now it stops pretty quickly. So you'll have a different driving experience after this, I think. But I bled it all out. There was no air in the system, so it seems to be fine. I'm going to give it another test drive now, but I think we're good to go. So this video was about flushing and replacing the brake fluid in a Kia Soul.